On this episode of Travels with Bill, we're touring Winkler's Industrial Park. Now, you're probably here because I said, you gotta check out Winkler and see what they're doing in that community. And it's so much easier to show you some pictures than it is to just tell you about it, so then I linked you to the video. Well, welcome to Winkler. It's my second hometown. My wife's from here, so I've spent a bunch of time in Winkler, and Winkler sure has changed since I showed up. It was 1931 when Winkler had about 1,000 people in it. If we fast forward to 1991, the population up to 6,400. The population was taking off at that point. In 96 up to 7,200. By 2001, 8,000 people. 2006, 9,000 people. In the 2011 census, 10,500. 2016, 12,500. And in the 2021 census, 13,745 people call Winkler home. Of course, there's a lot of people just outside the city too, and Morton's not that far away. Morton and Winkler both went from being towns to being cities. Right now, Winkler is Manitoba's fourth largest city. We'll hop into the air so you can see some more. This is one of the industrial areas, and it's kind of the newer one of all of them too. All of this has been built since I've been hanging around Winkler. What makes me so impressed about Winkler is how little is here naturally. They grow some really great potatoes, a lot of pulse crops too, but most of these industries aren't about that. We own a trucking company and we haul wood into Winkler all the time. We haul a lot of raw materials in, and then we haul a lot of finished products out of the city. Winkler's near Highway 75, so certainly transportation's easy, but a lot of communities in Manitoba and Saskatchewan have easy transportation links. Winkler, though, is somehow special. They've been able to make the city huge, one small industry at a time. Certainly there's some big guys too, like Load King and Triple E, but there's lots and lots of small buildings here, and that's mostly a result of local entrepreneurs who've seen what they could do and made it big. Another interesting thing about Winkler is the education. In Winkler, there isn't as many high school graduates as you might think. Only about 2/3 of people over the age of 25 have actually graduated from high school. A lot of people here drop out of high school and end up working for a living. They stick around home instead of going off to university. If you're an educator, you'll be horrified by that idea because you think everybody should go to university and then leave town and go to the city. Well, Winkler, it's working quite the opposite. Most people stick around town or close to it and live and work in Winkler. They're quite happy here, and the city is growing as a result. I'm not suggesting you close your local high school, and I'm certainly not saying you should keep all the kids home from university, but you should pay attention a little bit to the success Winkler's had, and it's worth the trip. If you're doing economic development anywhere, you should see how Winkler's done it, and see if there's some lessons you could learn here, how one small business at a time has begat really big businesses, and lots of very good employment. Some amazing houses in town too. We won't show you that in this video, but certainly the area is rich and affluent, and much of that is due to what we see in the Winkler Industrial Park. Now, I've spent quite a bit of time here. In fact, I lived here on weekends for a while, and if you talk to people in Winkler, you'll find out there's still room for improvement. It's not the best city in the world, and it's not absolutely perfect. And if you're an economic developer, you know when people are talking there's room for improvement, there's room for you to help them improve. Well, that does it for our quick tour of the Winkler Industrial Park. We'll leave you as we drive down the street here and see you on the next episode of Travels with Bill.